Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today I am doing my kind of end of the year knife roundup as far as different types of things as most carried and my favorite knife of the year and most used. This video is the most carried knife of the year. This is my most carried knife of the year, and actually I'll add in another one, and another one, and another one. All right. So I'm just going to run through them all and then narrow them down to the one that I found myself carrying the most. Now, this doesn't mean that it's necessarily the one I used the most, but it is the one that I ended up carrying the most. I will say for all of these, I do tend to carry these regularly in my rotation, some more often than others, but nonetheless, I will narrow it down, especially this last half of the year. Obviously, there's other knives that I've carried throughout, and I have to carry knives just because I review knives, but these tend to be the ones I carry the most. So, that being said, we'll start with my beloved cat. Yes, I still do carry my Spyderco cat. Mostly when I'm working at my one job where I work at a butcher shop. This is a great little EDC, Urban EDC knife, CTS BD1 blade steel, about 2.5 inches long, G10 handle scales, flow through construction, wire, deep carry pocket clip, all that jazz. But still love this knife, guys. Still great. I don't carry it that much out, but definitely when I'm at work, it's usually one that I am willing to beat on, and it holds true, but not my most carried. Then we'll go over here to the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. Got this kind of last half of the year, and it has been kind of a mainstay in the pocket, off and on, especially when I want to bring out a little bit nicer of a piece. I know for some this isn't that nice, but for me it is. And I just like the compact size, and it is a definite looker. When I do bring it out, people tend to really say, like, wow, that's a cool looking knife. So definitely like the Sheepdog, holds up. And but because it kind of came late to the game, it didn't. I don't. It's not my most carried. Uh, Another newer one is the Kizer Mini Doman. Got in the purple. I actually like this style of knife in general. Reminds me of kind of a paring knife, so it has a lot of utility. But it's easy to carry in, especially if I'm having a casual day out and just need something small to bring with. It does make a good work knife as well. It has N690 blade steel. And just a basic, simple knife at a good size and a fair price. So, really good, but once again, didn't carry it that long. Moving into these other ones, man, I think we're going to Benchmade. This is another one that I just love using at work. It's just a perfect size, very comfortable. I don't get fatigued. The blade steel CPM 20 CV, just a ridiculously good blade steel. It's not the cheapest knife out there, but honestly, it holds up. I mean, Benchmade was one of the cheaper knives to get this blade steel on initially, and the price for knives with that blade steel are still around $150 plus. So either way, still love it. Holds up really well. The edge just lasts forever, but definitely one I like to use at work. So I carry it often there, but not the most carried. Now to the final four. I will say I got this one, I think, right at the start of summer. I don't even think I've done a review of it yet, but it's lightweight. It has BD1N blade steel, which is really good. It's a fair price and light, deep carry pocket clip. Reminds me a lot of the Cat, but obviously with the GFN handle scales or whatever they are. I don't really like how plasticky they feel, but nevertheless, it is a great EDC, Urban EDC knife, the Spyderco Para 3. Really like it. We also have the Mixtape, which, again, for a budget option, just really cool. Love the blade shape, very smooth, and I like the overall design and appearance. This is single position, right side tip up only. But nevertheless, it works really well for me, and for whatever reason, I really gravitate towards this knife. Everyone's beloved classic is Benchmade Bug Out. There's a couple different variations and exclusives out there of this knife. You know, you really have no reason not to carry this knife. Just the versatility, functionality, the ease of carry, the real estate it takes up in pocket. Hard to say no to that one. And then this is a newer one too. This is the Knife Center exclusive SAK or Swiss Army Knife Bantam. Come on, focus. Oh, it's struggling today. But there you go. Knife Center exclusive. And it's a Bantam. Really simple tool. Single blade pocket knife with wire stripper and bottle opener, flathead, can opener potentially. So really simple, very nice looking. And yeah, so I will say that these are the foremost. You know, I carry these ones a lot. I do. Probably the Para 3 slightly more than the Bug Out now. Still love the Bug Out. Really love the Bug Out, but Para 3 beats that. And then from there, I actually narrowed it down to these two. For, you know, under $30, I am super impressed with this Mixtape. Just love the look. Super smooth. Like, it's drop shutty. And, yeah, just the perfect size, weight. And just works really well for me specifically. So, love this. But, surprisingly enough, the Swiss Army Knife Bantam ends up being my most carried pocket knife of the year. Now, since the day I got it, I was just really impressed with how thin it is. And I have to say, because of that thinness, that lightweight, that low profile, I tend to put this in my pocket and it just sinks to the bottom of my pocket and I just kind of forget it's there. And so I use it as a backup blade. And so I might be carrying a Para 3, but I also have my SAK Bantam on me. I might be carrying my Doman, but I got the Bantam on me. I might be carrying the CJRB Craig, but I got my Bantam in my pocket. So, yeah, like, it just finds its way no matter what. If I'm going to carry two knives, this is usually in my pocket. And I tend to rotate through all these other knives, but I pair it with this knife in my pocket. And because of that, you know, I pair it in there just in case, whatever, because sometimes it's just easier to pull out this little knife instead of something more intimidating. You know, even though it's not that intimidating, it just is less intimidating. So, I have to say, the Bantam is my most carried knife of 2019. And if you haven't checked one of these out, and you're looking for something really low profile that sits in the bottom of your pocket, definitely check out one of these. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below, what is your most carried knife of 2019? And if you have any thoughts or comments on what I ended up carrying, please leave those. So thank you guys, and I'll see you outside. Peace.